Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. In the last episode, we entered Swamp. We got to the bottom of Swamp without any serious issues, and then down in Swamp 4, we declared bankruptcy and ran away. So hopefully, with poison resistance, Snake will not be so bad. And just more stuff that makes good zombies, I think, too, will help. I mean, I don't know. Hydras make great zombies, but there's a lot of stuff that you can't really... There's a +1 cloak I could switch to at some point. Wait, do I have enchant armor? I have 5 of them. Why am I not enchanting any of this stuff? That's a question. Yeah, let's enchant at least the gloves up, right? The cloak, I could consider using the +1 cloak that I find instead of upgrading my +0 cloak, but that like costs a moderate amount of remove curse, which I'm not exactly swimming in this right now. So I'm not super keen on that idea. Wow, good work killing that. Whatever it was you killed, Mr. Anaconda Skeleton. I'm impressed. Yeah. Naga zombies, on the other hand, they are not very fast. Wow, that was a very fast snake floor. Alright, so these guys are actually kind of a threat, right? Weirdly, he didn't really explode into electricity at all. Like, that's what they usually do all the time. Hopefully we can... Oh, there's 2. How much identify do I have? 8. Yeah, let's just identify these scrolls. So the last scroll left is Torment, right? Oh, Brand Weapon and Torment. Some of the thing about being an Ash Worshipper is that you don't really get any panic buttons. You're just more powerful all the time, basically. I mean, you have Scrying, right, which you can use to temporarily increase your power, but it doesn't it's not exactly a panic button. Wow, Vamp Draining does a serious, like, I've never really used it extensively before. It's pretty okay. It's a reasonable amount of damage, and it heals you. These freaking Naga Ritualists and all their poison. Anything I can eat here? No. So we'll just have some meat. So I could put some more points into Necromancy to make that stuff work better. But I don't know if I really need to, because it already works pretty well, right? You don't need to. You don't want to optimize for the stuff that's working. That's a lot of potions of might. Wow. I already have a lot of them though, like 5 or 6. Yeah, 6. So I don't know. I should be using those more often. Like in that situation back in Swamp where it was like a disaster, I should have recognized a long time sooner that it was going to be a disaster. Yeah, let's vamp these guys a bit. Yeah, that's good. I think if I were just tabbing them, I would, ow. I'd be losing health faster than I'm gaining it. And I still was, but not by as much. Yeah, let's just empty all of my MP into vamp training. That's pretty cool. And let us, geez, that was a trial. Naga barding. If we were a Naga, that would be pretty cool. Okay, so Snake is, well, I was going to say Snake is going pretty well, but that last fight was very bad. You know, we got out of it, but that's just not how you want your fights to be. What is this stuff? Well, obviously, it's a bunch of Nagas, right? But excuse me. Haste seems reasonable. But maybe I don't need it. Oh yeah, I didn't need it at all. Okay, I thought these guys might be a bit of a bigger problem than they were. I think I can slow down on shields here. Like, shields is good, but we're already... all of our spells are where they need to be, right? So we should be training shields if we want more shield points, which it's reasonable to want. What? Stop picking up needles. Let's drop this Guardian Spirit, although it is great. Ooh, Guardian Spirit. Or not Guardian, Guardian Serpent, excuse me. Is real nasty when it impacts. Like, most of the big threats in Snake are actually snakes, not Nagas. You know, Guardian Serpents can get a whole bunch of stuff to surround you. Apparently they can slow you. I've never really noticed that before. And Shock Serpents do a ton of lightning damage. Oh yeah, let's Vamp Drain. It never misses, right? So there you go. That'll help. Yeah, that's a good finisher. When there's something that is almost dead and you would like it to be completely dead, Vamp Draining is the way to go. Anyway, Shock Serpents. The other things we were just fighting, Guardian Serpents. Like, they're actually some of the biggest threats in Snake. You kind of think of it as being the... like the greater Nagas and so on. And the Naga sharpshooters, I confess, I have a lot of problems with. But I don't know. They're so slow. You can run away from them if you see them. The snakes, man, they'll chase you down. They'll surround you with enemies. They'll zap you from far away. Nagas, I guess I could say, will kill you if you're playing badly, right? Whereas the snakes, man, they make it hard to play well. This is not a good position to be in. Vamp Drain, please kill. Yep, good. Is any of this stuff hasted? Not yet. It's like, I don't know, man, these guys, I was playing badly there, and I got into trouble, right, by just choosing to tab a bunch of these capital N's. But that's really my own fault. Would I wear a Ring of Intelligence over a Ring of Magical Power? Probably, but again, it's not worth like swapping. Let's just draw from this deck of summoning and see what we get. Rangers. The Salamander is hasted. Oh, I guess the Salamander Mystic hastes Salamanders? Sure. I'll just drain this guy. Yeah, see, like, I mean, it's okay. I got constricted by those guys, and then I realized I was sort of in some trouble, and so I just killed the guy who was constricting me and walked away. And you can't really do that with... Ow! With Guardian Serpents or with Anacondas. Because with Guardian Serpents, you get surrounded by a million different things. And Anacondas... Oh, I should have just... I think that fell off like forever ago, and I just forgot about it, my Repel Missile. You know, Guardian Serpents surround you with a bunch of things, and they all start constricting you, and you're just like, you're just never gonna get away. What? Yeah, get dispersed, man. Disperse yourself. How do you like them apples? Ow! That hurts a lot. Him and his, like, portal projectile. Alright, he's using his trident now, thank you. Portal projectile with dispersal is like, it's real hard to get close to him. See, like, Raider Nagas, you know, I'm not gonna say they're trivial, but they're sort of straightforward. Just, you know, a slight stat check. Like it was no problem at all. All these salamanders, no big deal. You can put yourself into a bad position against them, but you kind of deserve it. I certainly do. But the snakes, man, you can get put into bad situations with the snakes that you feel like, gosh, what could I have done? Right, see, like, that's what you do when you see a bunch of Nagas. You're like, oh, Nagas, I'll just walk away. And you can do that because they're Nagas. Snakes, you can't do that. And then once you have the Nagas down to a reasonable number, you just, like, sort of waltz in there. This is Snake 3. Okay, so Snake 4 is going to be a problem for sure. But it's going to be better than Swamp 4? I think so. That Swamp 4 was awful. With the 2 Thorn Hunters right there. It was really, that's all it was Thorn Hunters. And I guess the Spriggan Druid was a problem, because he was miting all that junk too. Only one guy here has a pole arm, so I don't mind just walking in. We'll drain him a little. Ah! Okay. That's bad. Blink away, please. It worked! Like Raider Naga. Is there anything I can do to, like, kill him before I go? It would be nice. I mean, he's poisoned, and perhaps a zombie would finish him. But I don't really want to count on that. Let's just try this. Got him. Even at, like, almost no Evo. And that woke up, of course, a bunch of Nagas. Perhaps, because lightning is so loud. But I took them to somewhere that I'm not, which is... You still don't want to wake them up. You'd rather they be asleep for later, but it's better than having them, like, arrive right on top of you. Ooh, Book of Clouds. I do like cloud spells. It's just like, oh, they put Ring of Flames in here? Interesting. I don't think it used to be in this book. Did they take it out of the Book of Fire? No, it's in there too. Maybe I just misremembering it was always there. The problem is these are like 3 school spells that are all schools we don't want a ton of investment in. And like, I could go for it, right? That's what Ash lets you do, is for a small investment, you get a big payout. But just seems like it's straying a little bit too far from what I want this character to do. And we get extra payoff, of course, from learning more necromancy because of pain. So I really want... Well, I would like to find more necromancy books, but of course you can't make that happen. What is in here, actually? Oh, yeah, that's right. Animate skeleton. And I just like... The Necronomicon is not the book I'm talking about when I say I want more high-level necromancy spells, as I mentioned in some previous videos. It just, you know, haunt. I mean, there's good spells in it, like for sure, but they're not spells that I'm realistically going to be casting this game. I don't anticipate going for 15 runes, and you need that kind of experience to really make stuff like Death's Door worth the investment. Or to make it even viable to come online in time, right? Like, you don't want to spend your entire 3-rune game trying to get Death's Door castable, right? You want it castable when you're in the hardest parts of your game, which, if you're going for 15 runes, that's like Pandemonium and Hell and Tomb and so on. And I've used it to great effect there. But in a 3-rune game, you know, the hardest part of your game is like Zot, right? Well, arguably it's like Dungeon 2, but we're taking for granted that we can survive Dungeon 2 because we in fact already have. But by the time you can get Death's Door castable, it's like too late. You are either dead or you have won the game. Ice Mail, alright. So that like gives me plus 10 armor until I get hit by fire magic and then it goes away for a while. Is that what's the deal? Yeah. Another oh, very funny. Like, I mean, Death's Door and Necromutation are real good for going through Pandemonium and Hell and Ziggs and so on. But I just don't want to do that. So it's just a totally useless book to me. Unless, yeah, I mean, you know, you can, your objectives can change. Maybe I can find a ton of really amazing items, and I'm like, I want this character to go to Pandemonium and Hell and get all the runes. But right now, I don't see that being my goal, and so I'm not going to train in that direction. I'm going to basically pretend that the Necronomicons don't exist, even though there's like 3 of them. Okay, Ice Cave. And so here we are on Swamp 4, and there's an ice cave, right? Oh, Ash tells me where it is. I forgot. It's over there. Thanks, Ash. That's real decent of you. So I think we'll try to do that first, of course. I mean, I could choose not to do it, but I don't see any reason to. And if you are going to do it, you kind of have to hurry. Looks like White Imps, probably. Yeah. And this could be a fairly difficult ice cave, right? The ones in layer branches are pretty rough generally. There's easy ice caves and hard ice caves depending on where you find them. If you find them in like layer or orc, they're easy, and if you find them in a layer branch or elf, they're hard. And so it's the same basic map structure, but just with much more difficult monsters. Fortunately, I'm immune to freezing clouds. It's like the first time I've cared about that all game. Great, take that, you stupid simulacra. How do you like them apples? So I could consider, like, that's another reason to pick up freezing cloud. Actually, is that I could just walk through it with impunity. Tempting. With Ash, like, I could get 3 skills up to like level 8 or 9 without too much bother, I think. I'm gonna give it a try, see how it goes. Let's take I would need to learn the spell to train the appropriate schools. Like, I could get air, I think. But I can't get conjurations or ice, so alright, we'll have to do that later. So is this this ice cave have an ice fiend at the end? Or is it like a frost giant? Like, I think the easy version has a frost giant at the end, or possibly an ice dragon. This one, I expect to see a bunch more simulacra. Yeah, there they are. And I don't remember what's at the end, though. Maybe an ice fiend? Could be necromancers. That makes sense. Sorry, I was just fiddling around with buttons there. Potion to mutation. No, thank you. I mean, I guess I'll take it with me. Oh, I should have checked my inventory. All right. Usually I remember to empty out useless items so that I can carry out good items. But I don't know. Like, before I step into a... Can these guys not swim? Oh, they can't. There was a Hydra, I thought, and he could swim. But not all simulacra can swim. Maybe I was wrong about the Hydra, too. And I just got confused because... Oh, there he is. Yeah, okay. So they're real scary, by the way. Hydra simulacra, if you don't have... Even if you have reasonable cold resist, they can pour out a ton of damage on you. But I don't know. I think with... Ice Mail is real good, by the way. 10 AC. Wow. I don't know. We seem to be doing okay against the Hydra simulacra, but you always want to be careful because it could... Ow. Yeah, see, that is the problem. Okay, I didn't really expect to blink in this direction. Now I wish I had control undead. Anyway, I blinked because you don't want to be standing... You don't want to be running away from a Hydra simulacra, or really any kind of Hydra, in the water, right? Because they're faster and you're slower. Let's blink again. I don't want to be adjacent to this Hydra anymore. There we go. Now I found a spot where I'm only adjacent to one monster, which helps a fair bit. Especially if I can keep regen up. Like, I could still be in bad shape. These are Simulacra get a ton of damage, right? And these are not weak simulacra either. But one at a time, I feel okay. Okay, got the Hydra. That's good. Oh, I'm training. Oh, right. I was thinking of switching to train spell stuff, but then I didn't. I'm blocking a lot of attacks, which makes me glad I have the shield, right? And Simulacra are so slow that if you're only facing them from one direction, you can sort of toy with them like this, right? And they don't heal, so yeah. Yep, Ice Fiend. All right. Okay. I mean, well, I don't like it that much. With a few buffs, I would feel reasonably okay against an Ice Fiend in melee. I think. You know, might and haste, basically, I think would be enough. Maybe agility. I know I have might and haste in plenty. Agility is a little bit not so much. Tree form is dumb, right? Does it make you torment immune? I gotta double check this real quick. I don't think it's a good idea. It does give torment immunity. Well, that would certainly be committing, wouldn't it? We would lose our equipment, right? But none of it really matters that much against him. Sort of sounds appealing. But you don't want to do it until he's already next to you, right? That's an important thing, is you don't want him just standing far away and throwing bolts of cold at you either. Let's see if I can get the attention of some other guys and not the Ice Fiend. There we go. We got one. All right, there's another. We got an Ice Devil. Golden Dragon Simulacra, by the way. Don't mess around with them either. I lost one of my attempts. It was like the last game I needed to win to get Great Player or something. No, I guess it wasn't. It was a Draconian something of Zin. Maybe Draconian Summoner, I don't know. No, that was the one I actually won. This was some other Zin, I don't know. And I was in an ice cave like this one, and there were Simulacra, and I wanted to try out, like... Oh, I actually had switched to, I guess, the Shining one, because I remember I had Blessed Flame. Cleansing Flame? Let's Quaff Haste. Let's Scry, so we know what's up. And there's a Golden Dragon Simulacrum, and I was like, let's see how many Cleansing Flames it takes to kill him. And so I cast one, and like it does some damage, but it doesn't say how much, and they're undead, so you can't tell their total health. And then I tried again, and it didn't kill him, and then it hit me for 120 damage, and I was dead. And I was like, oh, okay, Simulacra are serious business. Don't ever forget it. All right, now I don't know, am I really going to quaff? I'm going to keep that in reserve because it would give me, it would take away my ability to run away from like a Golden Dragon Simulacrum if I were to go to tree form to get Torment immunity. And this guy can do enough damage without Torment that I don't think I should be treating him as just a Tormentor. Okay, that went fine. Haste and Might, and that's why Trog is so good. You get like Haste and Might on demand as long as you're willing to just tab things forever. I didn't regen, jeez. Bad plays. So, notably, though, I do have cold resistance here, so I don't think he can hit me for 120, like in that story. So it looks like we've handled the Ice Cave. Gloves of Strength. Hat of the Storm King. I wonder why it's just showing me as uncursed. I see, because I'm not wearing a cursed hat. It would show me what enchantment level it had. But since I'm not wearing a cursed hat, it doesn't tell me. Fine. Not SFAT staff, please. Right, yeah, I'll take the Staff of Fire. Like, I don't think I'll want it, but... Oh, actually, I'm like full on slots, huh? Well, let's just drop all these stupid stones. I definitely want to take the Gloves of Strength. Let's drop these wands that I can't really use. Okay, fine. Now let's go grab this book, a Book of Ice. This has Simulacrum, which is great for me. It's a good, Simulacrum and Freezing Cloud sort of synergize together. Like, Simulacrum is a bridge to Freezing Cloud using my Necromancy skill, right? I can train Ice and get something useful out of it, and then head over to Freezing Cloud and get that as well. So I think that that's the direction I'm going to take. Grab this Staff of Fire. Grab this Wand of Ice Blast. Haha. And then just auto-explore. Yeah, bring in protection for cold, sure. Oh my god, stop picking up stones. And yeah, I know, that's when I threw. Yeah, so it would just take me to nowhere good if I were to auto-explore. So let's get out of here. Are we going to try to finish Snake 4 now? I mean, we're going to have to do it before too long. But I don't know. I guess I can't really go anywhere else. I was thinking of like also whether to just cut the video, because it's been a little while. And the 4th floor of a rune floor could take a while. Oh, I forgot to memorize. I don't even have the spell levels. All right, let's train that a bit. Yeah, just spellcasting and a little more shields. And then we'll pick up Simulacrum, which, I mean, Simulacra are substantially better than zombies. So being able to make Simulacra sort of allows you to snowball harder in difficult areas. It's a good spell for necromancers, really. I mean, like I don't have any like sophisticated stuff to say about it, but I'll stop picking up rings of dexterity. I mean, again, that would be an upgrade. So next time I'm uncursing, I've got a few things to do, which is nice. But with 4 scrolls of remove curse, is that enough to do the big swap-a-rooney? Maybe. Of course, I enchanted up my gloves recently, and now I've got some new gloves I want to put on. Oh well. Whoa! Alrighty. Yeah. Yikes. let's leave that alone. Let's clear the rest of the floor before we even think about that area. There's plenty of tough stuff out here. Probably Torment? I don't know, I guess. Could be either one. Brand weapon, okay. Well, I don't anticipate wanting to brand any weapons, but... Whoa! I didn't expect such a concentration. What? Lava snakes? What kind of vault is this? It's kind of cool, though. I didn't expect a big concentration of monsters outside of the Rune Vault, I guess is what I meant. And lava snakes are lame as heck because they're going to mess up my ice mail. When you get hit by any fire damage, I think, your ice mail melts away and your armor goes back down from 20 to 10. Salamanders are similarly a problem, yeah. I want to see, like, does it fall off the instant I get... So I got hit, but he did no damage, so I still have ice mail on. If it hits me for, like, one fire, does that break it? Or does it need to be a certain amount, or what? Oh, of course, lava snakes are trapped in the lava. I didn't think about that. So has anything hit me? Yeah, not yet. I repelled the lava. Wow, I guess we're not going to find out. That's cool. Okay. Just the end vault left, huh? Boy. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Do I have like a... I have disintegration. Okay, so I can make a kill hole of a sort somewhere, perhaps. Like here, I suppose, is pretty reasonable. Alright, that would require me to dig out 2 squares. Anywhere else, I'd have to dig out at least 3. Let's go dig that out. I think that'll help. Okay. Now, regen. Yes. We're just going to stay back here for as long as we can, killing them one at a time, with regen up, and just tab. If I have to, I'll teleport, but I don't anticipate wanting to walk out in the open while there are still monsters out there. One thought, I suppose, is that I could transfer my knowledge of long blades into, say, ice magic or something, which would be pretty cool. And I can learn simulacrum now. Yep. Yeah, let's go ahead and transfer that knowledge. Transfer knowledge of long blades into ice. And I'll probably need to train up some short blades to compensate for the decreased cross training that we're going to have. Look at that, we're already up to level 1 in Ice Magic. It's amazing. All right, let's back up. Yeah, this kill hole is just so much better than trying to tackle it by hand, or not by hand, by force. Oh, look at all the zombies, though. There we go. Zombies are not really compatible with kill holing. In case you have never tried this, it does not work out well at all. They just stand in front of the kill hole and they all get killed. I noticed, by the way, that I'm about to teleport, but I don't really care. I'll just try to kill whatever I can, and then I'll be teleported. There we go. Fine. And then let's head back. Oh, we didn't even get teleported all that far. Although it is a little bit tricky to get. Ah, see, a random blink worked perfectly. Exactly where I wanted it to be. That was actually somewhat likely because he hit me with a poison arrow and I bounced it off and killed him. That's cute. Because a lot... No. There goes Ice Mail. A lot of the spaces that I could see were in this area, right? Like, when you're standing here, or here, like, you can see a few squares down here, but not very many, like 5. And over here, you can see like 25. So when it randomly chooses a square to put you in, it's very likely to send you over in this general area. And it doesn't, like, select uniformly from all squares you can see, but it selects, like, uniformly from all squares within some radius. And the radius is... sometimes it's like it chooses like either to teleport you to blink you a couple squares or a lot of squares, and then selects randomly from squares you can see that are within the distance it wants to send you. Oh, man, stop walking out there. It's my own fault, but gotta shift tab. Wait, how was I? Oh, I see. Because I can see the monster out there, tab was sending me out. That makes sense. Normally, tab in here is perfectly safe because you can't ever see any monsters that are not adjacent to you. But when you are Ash, that is not necessarily the case. You can be scrying out there. I'm a little surprised I'm still at 6 stars of piety. Like, it's very expensive to transfer a skill. Yeah, so training short blades concurrently with untraining long blades seems to be keeping my skill about even, which is fine with me. Anyway, I mean, like, I just figured I'd be down at 5 stars for a little while, which hardly even matters, right? Because what do you use your piety for? Scrying, which is cheap, and skill transfer, which you rarely do. Yeah, all right. So with zombies here, like, you can fight out in the open a little bit. You don't want to go too crazy. Like, if I had some simulacra, I'd feel capable of storming the castle. Here, I'm just, like, sort of getting away with not a great plan. I've finished forgetting about long blades. Okay, fine. Yeah, and so short blades was 11.4, and now it's 11.3. Meanwhile, Ice Magic is level 12! Level 12! Simulacrum is castable. God, I love Ash. Okay, cool. That's just, like, such a fast pivot in, like, what skills you want to learn. I love it. I didn't even train Ice Magic while I was learning it. It's actually as good as my Necromancy now. Wow, okay. Yeah, let's forget spellcasting. And, just work on these to get Simulacrum going. And then once that is all set, I can get the other cold spell, Freezing Cloud, which synergizes quite nicely, by the way, with Simulacrum, because they are immune to the freezing clouds. Unlike zombies, who take a little bit of damage and get annoyed if you cast it on them sometimes, I think. Alright, this actually is a bit much. I shouldn't be up here. I gotta back up to my kill hole. I'm just a little low on health, and there's a lot of monsters. Just being... I can't necessarily afford to play so carelessly as I was. Like, I can walk in here a little ways, but, you know, I still want to be basically kill-holing the place and just doing, like, a little bit of extra stuff for convenience, right? Like, walking up and killing a bunch of those guys, that was just more convenient than waiting for them to get to the kill hole. But if I went any further, I would be, like, I could no longer claim that I was attempting to kill hole, right? Okay. Woo! But so we're handling this okay. Yeah, I should maybe have chopped up the salamander instead of making him a zombie. I think we may have gotten most... No, there's just so many Nagas in here. I think this is a new vault, by the way. I saw it in my last game, maybe, or I don't know. I feel like there have been a few new vaults added to Snake. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just haven't seen this one, like, many times. But I don't remember doing this before. And I did another Snake vault in my last game that was a different one that I don't remember doing before. So I think somebody has been adding more. Alright, we're going to teleport, which is fine with me. This is actually great news, because I don't want to be standing next to all this junk. Cool. Yeah, I don't mind being teleported out by these guys at all. Are there a bunch of skeletons up here I can make? Yeah, zombies or something. That's cool. Ah, that hurts. What hit me? It didn't hurt like a ton, but yeah, 2 exclamation points. Pretty nasty. Let's vamp drain a bit. Yeah, get some health back. Makes me feel a little more comfortable. Okay. Simulacrum still at 22. Oh, let's put that on a reasonable, let's put it on like capital S. I wonder, so are these set up like with a few, with like the rune randomly placed in one of these 3 triangles? That would make sense. But I don't know, that may not be how it was done, and that would also make sense, probably. Alright, repel missiles is like real important against all this junk. No thank you. I don't want to be next to all that. Yeah, still don't want to be next to all that, thanks. I'll blink as many times as you want me to, man. If he wants to keep dropping monsters on me, I will keep blinking out of it. That is just not a situation that I want to be in. And fortunately, all this extra necromancy training that we're doing for Simulacrum should be helping with our pain weapon as well. That Naga warrior. He's what is the word that I'm thinking of? I almost want to say like he's comporting himself well, which I think is correct, but not what I'm thinking of. I just mean like he's behaving in a way that will cause people to respect him, right? Like he's doing well. But there's like some idiom or fancy word for what I mean that's more specific than that. And maybe just comporting himself well is what I meant. I don't know. Yeah, go for that wand of confusion. Don't bother with the rune, right? Good old auto explore. Okay, great. Let's get out of Snake, and then I think we'll call this a video. It seemed like there was some, I don't remember, there were some nasty points, weren't there? I don't remember exactly how it all went. But we made it, and we found some good stuff. And we're working on some good skills. Shields should be 15 soon. Simulacrum's getting there. Great. All right. So we did it. We got a rune. Big milestone for any character. And we're probably going to go to Vaults or something next and just start getting some more experience. And we should hopefully start casting Simulacrum, which is great. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.